I call this my triple hot fudge caramel sundae story. I was 100 feet below the Earth's surface on an excursion, leading a team of 10 people through a cave in South Dakota. The destination, the Outer Space Cavern, a hidden wonder where light fragments will ricochet off the cave walls, making it feel like you're floating among the stars. But to get there, we had to pass through something called a wormhole. Humans can only pass through a wormhole by putting one arm forward and the other pinned to your side. And you have to wiggle like a worm. Sounds fun, right? It's not. So there I was, crawling through this 50-foot wormhole. Dust was billowing up in my face, grit between my teeth. And then I got caught on something. I was stuck. And not just stuck, like really stuck. I was wedged between two sharp rocks with no way to go forward and no way to go back. Immediately, I felt my body expand with adrenaline, feeling like the cave walls were closing in on me. "Don't freak out," I whispered to myself. "Don't freak out. Everybody needs me to get through this." Quitting was not an option. So how could I get unstuck? I was able to gather my breath, my thoughts, and my composure. But to make things even more challenging, I caught a glimpse of light from my headlamp, illuminating an oddly familiar silhouette on the cave wall. And then I saw them there just chilling, right in front of me. Bats! A whole family of them. This was it, I thought. This was how I was going to die. Deep in a cave with a mouth full of bats. It seemed like there was nothing I could do. My immediate feelings and surroundings clouded my judgment. You know, just like in life, when there's always an option out, you may not feel like you're able to get free. And all you need is just a little wiggle room to break free. I discovered I wasn't completely stuck. In fact, I could move my feet. And if I could just press my foot down into the ground, maybe, just maybe, I could lift my body up and rotate. I could push myself free, inch by inch. I pressed myself down, tearing some flesh along the way. But I kept pushing and pushing. I said out loud, "Not today, bats," as I wiggled free. Although you may never decide to enter a cave and get stuck in a wormhole, isn't that what happens to all of us in life, getting stuck? Sometimes it's a job that's no longer fulfilling, or a relationship that's stuck, or a dream that you've been chasing but you can't seem to reach. And in those stuck moments, it's easy to feel completely trapped. But here's what I've learned. If you truly want to find a way out, you will. Whether it's fear-packed adrenaline or a deep desire to win, you will get unstuck. You don't need a perfect plan or a clear path to success. All you need is a little wiggle. Like wiggling a nail loose from a piece of wood or a ring from a swollen finger. Inch by inch. And sometimes that belief, backed by action, is all you need to escape the toughest challenges. A great example of persistence comes from the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. He tells the story of Mr. R.U. Darby, who struck gold while mining in Colorado. After much success, Mr. Darby actually lost track of the golden vein in the rocks. He was stuck. After frantically searching, he gave up, turning back and catching the next train home, selling his equipment to a junk man. The junk man, however, did not freak out. Instead, he hired an expert to survey the mine, and guess what they found? Mr. Darby had quit digging just 3 feet from gold. We often feel stuck and defeated, but in reality, we might be closer to a breakthrough than we actually realize. It's those last few inches that can break us free. After finally wiggling my way through the wormhole, I reached the outer space cavern. But what happened to the people behind me? You didn't think I'd leave them in the cave, did you? A true leader leads from the front and accounts for everyone. That day, I showed everyone how not to freak out and how to manage the most challenging part of the wormhole. After wiggling free, instead of enjoying the cavern by myself, I quickly turned around and helped each one of them, sharing my newfound techniques to escape the cave. And the most amazing thing happened. One by one, after each person made it through the hole, each getting stuck on the same rocks, they turned around and immediately helped the next person behind them. That contagious enthusiasm to help and serve one another caught on, and we helped everyone get through the cave. In life, sometimes when you are stuck, you may need help from others as you wiggle free. Don't freak out. There are others who can help you through this. Let me tell you, it was worth every ounce of dirt and dust. Together, we turned off our headlamps and watched this wonderful spectacle before our eyes. After the lights were off, we saw these little glittering fragments of light bouncing off the cave walls. It felt as if we were floating amongst the stars. At that moment, as a global mastermind leader, where I help thousands of professionals get unstuck each year, I learned that the stars are always worth it, even if you have to pass through the most difficult and challenging parts of a cave. I wouldn't have appreciated it nearly as much if I had just walked into a dark, starry room without actually experiencing the wormhole myself and getting stuck. I'm so grateful for my challenges. Reflecting back on that journey, I realized it wasn't just about getting unstuck. It was truly about what comes after. Once you've made it through, you see things differently. You appreciate life more. You know that you can survive being stuck. And every time you wiggle forward, you're 1 inch closer to success. So next time you feel stuck, whether it's in your relationships or at work or something you can't quite put into words, remember this: you don't need to see the whole picture or the path. You don't need a perfect plan. You may need help from others, and you just need to find a way to wiggle through. So by now, you're probably wondering why I called this my triple hot fudge caramel sundae story. Well, after surviving a cave experience like that, there was only one thing on my mind, something I wanted everyone to enjoy. After getting unstuck, I treated my whole team to triple hot fudge caramel sundaes. And yes, we wiggled our way into that ice cream shop. Thank you.